you're going to end up being too wide in the bay because your reference point is gone now. So to correct this, what you need to do is go back to the reference point. On this video, I'm going to show you how to do a reverse bay park, including how to fix it if things go wrong and which way to steer as well. So let's get into it. Sometimes you might get this maneuver straight away when you start your test, and you might have started in the bay and then they're going to get you to drive out the bay and then reverse back into any bay you like. So what we're going to do is we're going to drive out and then reverse back into the same bay that we're in right now. But you can choose any one that you want. So we're going to go towards the left. So I'm going to get my car ready by going into first gear. Looking all around, making sure there's no one coming from behind me. I know there's a fence there, but I want to make sure there's no one. I walk in there and then I'm going to signal left so people know I'm going towards the left. And I'm coming up really slowly. I don't want to turn too early. I'm going to come out a bit first, making sure it's still safe. Coming out really slowly, and then I'll make my turn towards the left, keeping it really slow the whole time, no rush. For now, I just want to get my car straight. So I'm going to steer like this, and now the car is straight. I'm not sure if it's straight or not. If I go forward, you see it's straight. If it wasn't straight, let's say it's like this, and I go forward, even a little bit, you can see straight away that it's going the wrong way. So therefore I'll know, okay, it's going towards the right. The forward stands like this. So to make it straight again, I'll bring it back to here. Now if I test it, it goes back straight. Once I'm here, I'm gonna go into reverse and I'm gonna start counting 3 lines from the bay that I want to end up in. So 1, 2, 3. I know the bay that I want is the one over there. So 1, 2, 3. So my third line is just the one just here. And once that's in the middle of my door, I'm gonna turn all the way towards the left because I want to go towards this way. So I'm gonna turn my steering wheel towards this way. I know some people get confused about which way to turn, but to keep it simple, if you want the car to go to the left, turn it towards the left. If I want to go towards the right, I'll turn it towards the right. Think about where you want the back of the car to go as well. Right now, I want the back of the car to go towards the left. So when I get to my reference point, I'm going to turn that way. So once I get to my reference point, make sure it's safe behind me. There's a car coming from behind. I'll stop for them, let them go past first. Once they've gone past, I can carry on now. And once I get to my reference point, like here, so remember I want to go all the way to the left. So I'm going to turn all the way left now. And it should start going towards the direction that I want. And I'll go that way. If, let's say that some people, they'll get to the reference point and they'll turn the wrong way. So let's say I've got to my reference point now, and then I've made a mistake and I've forgotten and I start turning right. You can't then now start turning left, because if you start turning left, you're going to end up being too wide in the bay because your reference point is gone now. So to correct this, what you need to do is go back to the reference point. So you go back to the reference point and turn the correct way. So let's say you get back to the reference point, it's in the right place now. Make sure it's safe. And then now I remembered, okay, last time I turned this way, that's the wrong direction because the car went that way. So this time I'm going to turn towards the left. So make sure it's safe again. Then I'll turn all the way until I can't turn anymore. So the car's going towards the left with a full lock. Keeping it nice and slow the whole time, checking everywhere through my mirrors. And then I'm looking at the little mirror on this side as well. It looks like it's going in the bay nicely. And then when the car is straight, then I'm gonna straighten up my wheels. So I remembered I've turned to the left. And so to straighten up, I would need to turn to the right. I'll just have that in my mind. If I'm not sure, I will stop for a second and think about it. And then once I get the car straight, I'm gonna straighten up my wheels. So like now it's straight. So the mistake people make now is they'll do this. And then they'll think, yeah, the wheels are straight now. And then it's going the wrong way. Why is it, it's going towards the left still, but I've straightened up. What's going on? And then they'll do this, but it's still going towards the left. If it's going towards the left, it means your steering wheel and your wheels are still facing towards the left. So even if you've done this and it's still going towards the left, it means you haven't turned enough. So right now, to correct this, I would need to turn more towards the right. And if I test it now, you see, it starts moving straight. But because I've already messed it up a little bit by going towards the left too much, and I can see in this mirror I've got lots of space this side, I'm going to turn a bit towards the right just to counteract that move there. I don't want to turn too much because you haven't got much room here. If I turn loads towards the right, watch what happens. So let's say I turn loads towards the right. See, the front now starts swinging out too much. So I don't want to do that. I can see in the back as well, my car's already in the bay, so I don't need to turn too much towards the right. I just need to go a little bit. Now it's kind of straight. I can go back some more checking behind me as well, making sure I don't get too close to the curb. And then once I'm here, I can stop, handbrake on, neutral. So that's how it's done really. So you're looking at the mirrors, and then you're steering towards where there's more space. If you're on your test and the car is in the bay, but it's too far to one side, but all four wheels are inside the bay, don't do anything else. Don't correct it. Don't try to make it better. It's fine as it is. You're not going to get any faults for that. Where you will get a fault is if you try to correct it, even if you're already in, you're going to get a minor fault for correction. Only do that if your car is outside of the bay, and I'll show you how to do that. So right now, I know that my car is over the line just from looking in the mirrors. And if you're not sure, you can just come out and check as well. So right now, let's say I'm not too sure where the car is in relation to the lines and the bay, I can just secure the car by putting the handbrake on, neutral, and then come out and check. Yeah. So after checking, I can see that my car is too far over this side, and the car is mostly in this bay, so it's going to make more sense to try to end up in this bay. If it was mostly in that bay, I'll try to end up in that bay, but my car's already quite far this way, just not enough. So to correct it now, I'll need to think about it, have a plan. I'm going to go towards the right and then get my car straightened up over there and then reverse back in. I'm not going to use that side over there, those bays, as a reference point, because I know some people, they'll look at those lines over there and they'll try to line their car up and then reverse. Those lines are not always matched up with these lines, so you need to be using your mirrors and looking to see where your car is in relation to these bays, not those ones. So now that I know I need to go a bit towards the right, I'm gonna get my car ready, make sure I check again, make sure it's safe, and I'm gonna steer towards the right. Not too much though, just a little bit to get it towards this side. Checking my mirrors as well as I'm doing that, especially the small one, because I want to keep an eye on the lines. And then I'm going to turn a bit towards the left so that I can get the car a bit straighter. And I can see both lines now in the mirrors, but I can still see that my car is quite a lot to this way. If I reverse back straight now, there's a chance I'm going to end up on the line. So what I'll do, turn the steering wheel the way you want the car to go. So right now I'm thinking, okay, I've got more space on the right, so I'm going to turn towards the right. So I'll turn a little bit, not too much. Yeah, because I remember I want to go back towards the right, nice and easily. And now that it's kind of in the middle, I can start straightening up now. But if I leave it straight now, you see the car's kind of wonky. If I leave it straight, the car's going to keep going towards the right hand side. So to counteract that, I'm just going to turn a bit towards the left. Now it's straight. I can stop the car, straighten up my wheels, and then look around and start reversing back some more. And it looks like it's nicely in the middle now. Then once I get my reference point for stopping, I know the car's in the bay, I can come and put my brake down, clutch down, handbrake on, neutral, and then that's done. When you're doing a correction, you're better off going quite far out and then reversing back in. The mistake a lot of learners make is they'll go forward a little bit and then try to correct it by reversing. You don't have enough room to do that, and I'll show you what I mean. So this is the wrong way. So let's say now, I know I'm in this bay and I'm too far towards the left, I want to go towards the right. What some learners will do is they will go forward a little bit like this. I think, yeah, okay, I've gone forward enough now. And then they'll try to go back towards the right to make it work. But you see, because I didn't move enough, I've got barely any room to make any difference. I'm still pretty much in the same position. The correct way would be to go out a lot more and then reverse back in. That way you give yourself way more room to actually see the lines, and then you're giving yourself more room as well to steer the car back into the bay properly. And I'll show you what I mean. So instead of going forward a little bit, now I'm going to go forward quite a lot. So I know I need to go towards the right. So I'm going to steer towards the right, checking the mirrors, and then pretty much coming out of the bay the whole way. Actually, if I've got space in front of me here, then I can see, now I can see both lines in the small mirrors. So then I can go into reverse, and then this way as well, I've got room and time to go towards the right a little bit more because that's where there's more space. And then now I can get it straight by turning a little bit left, straightening up. So it's going towards the right over there. So I'm just going to turn a little bit towards the left and then straighten up, looking back as well. And then once I'm in the bay, I'm going to put my clutch down, brake, handbrake on, neutral. So that's how it's done. Don't go forward a little bit, go forward a lot if you've got space. That way it makes it a lot easier to maneuver back into the bay properly.